here's the thing is we've been talking a lot over the past couple months. We've been talking a lot over the past couple months about our artwork and how we do things. And some of you have had really great feedback about, hey, we feel like some of the artwork in the Bible stories or some of the artwork in our activity pages doesn't quite match the excellence that you promised us. And I would tell you, I agree with you. We believe deeply in doing things well. And today, I'm really excited to get to show you guys some of the things we've been working on over the past couple months. Because here at Amazing Life, we believe that we have to have world class teammates to make world class things. So I've asked a couple of our animators to come on and be a part of it. Now, we've been working on different shows and different products. And today, we're going to talk through some of those things that we've been working on. And we're going to talk through even Wonder. Like, you guys are going to start to see some really sweet things that we're doing. I want to show you a bit of a preview here for a second. Show you like what we're doing. Look, this is one of the animated pieces that they've been working on. So let's see if we can check this out. Here we go.
All right, little mates, it's time to dive into a brand new adventure. I hope you brought snacks.
Okay, I mean, that's really cool. That's just a little snippet. We've told you guys in the past couple months, like, we're really excited to, as we're refreshing Wonder, Ollie's not going anywhere, but we've added some friends for Ollie. And what are they going to look like? They're animated, they're sweet, we've got a new set, a bunch of new things. But I am so honored and so pleased today to get to introduce to you two of our animators that have been working with us here at Amazing Life on some of the new stuff. They've worked on things and shows that your kids I know have watched, maybe you've even watched before, and they have a heart and a passion to do things with excellence for the church. So I'm going to go ahead and invite our two guests today, Alec and Michael Foster. Alec, hello. And then Michael, hello. I feel like, one second, hold on. I missed part of the memo. I'm going to add classes so we all...
Perfect.
Am I now?
Perfect.
Am I a part of our animation team here at Amazing Life?
Facial hair and you'll be all set.
I'll be back in a second. I'm going to go glue some facial hair on. Thank you so much for letting me be a part. I'm an honorary member of the team today, so this is exciting.
Your creativity just went up 10 points.
I feel like I'm about to go start sketching. Well, guys, here's the thing. A lot of our customers and a lot of our partners, they probably have never gotten to see you before or meet you before or even know what you've been working on. So I'd love to take a second and just let you introduce yourselves, who you are, where you're from, like maybe a little bit about how you got into this work, and then why you're excited about like doing this. So Michael, why don't you start?
Sure. Michael Foster. I live in South Carolina with my wife and kids, my grown kids. I fell into animation many years ago. I was an illustrator for many years, most of my career. Fell into animation about 2008, and been doing that ever since.
That's awesome. And Alec, what about you?
Yeah, I'm Alec. I love Jesus and I love cartoons, and I've been working in animation for about 20 years. Worked on dozens of projects. Probably the big ones you'd know of are Looney Tunes, Scooby-Doo, Bugs Bunny, Tom and Jerry, and VeggieTales a little bit, and Sesame Street, stuff like that. And I have 3 kids, so I'm very excited to be making them content that I could be proud of, that teaches them about Jesus.
That's awesome. I've never heard of any of those shows, but I hope they've been successful. So
a little bit.
So you guys have been in this animation world for a while, and I think sometimes people just think that animations are just like cartoons that are supposed to be like kiddie and fun, and maybe there's sometimes a misconception around them. Like it's like they can be cute, but then we have to get to the serious part where we can teach about Jesus. But what I've watched over the past couple months as we've been trying to figure out, like, okay, what does it look like for Ollie and his friends to like talk about Jesus, and what is his style going to be like? Or hey, as we're telling these Bible stories, like, what does Jesus look like? Have you guys found, like, I think there's maybe a difference, and I'm asking you, like, Alec, do you feel any difference between working on Looney Tunes and then like illustrating Jesus in a Bible story for kids?
Oh yeah, I mean, the first storyboard I did, it was telling the story of Jesus and Peter walking on the water, and I was surprised how I was drawing stick figures, and I had a moment where I had to realize, like, okay, should I have Jesus smile here? Or should he raise an eyebrow, what Peter just said? And I wasn't ready for that. Like, I felt like this sense of like kind of weightiness to what I was doing, of like, I'm introducing kids to Jesus in terms of like, I'm displaying like his humanity and what he would be thinking right now. And like, it was like it was funny. And I was just drawing a stick figure at that point. Like I wasn't even adding any details on him or anything like that. And even on that moment, that decision, I was like, I gotta go through this with a heart of prayer. So just kind of that weightiness to it. I mean, I'm trying to make things playful and fun and appealing and stuff like that. But knowing that, we're talking about real people, is a really heavy thing. And, I mean, I was working on another cartoon about Jesus healing the woman, Jairus's daughter, and the woman who had been sick for 12 years. And I went out, took a break on my lunch break, went out on a walk with my 5-year-old, and we ended up talking for like half an hour about that story. She was just asking questions, and I was just learning more and processing it. So yeah, I love, the stuff that I've gotten to work on in the past and some legacy projects like Looney Tunes and stuff that I grew up on, but to be doing something that feels meaningful, that is shaping kids' imagination and their heart for the Lord, is something that it's why I'm so excited to be here right now at this time. So yeah,
It's really cool. And Michael, you've gotten to do a lot of really awesome, awesome projects where you've done both. You've done things that have been for entertainment purposes to engage kids, and you've gotten to also be a part of building out worlds that tell Bible stories. Like in your experience, what's it like getting to tell a truth? Because like, do you ever get bored of like, all right, we're gonna do a Bible story animated again, or is it like, are you excited when we're doing a new Bible story?
I'm excited about doing new ones. I mean, because every time I do a Bible story, for a client or now for Amazing Life, it's all fresh. We're starting from scratch. So we're designing Jesus, and I agree completely with what Alex said, except for walking with my 5-year-old. I agree with all what Alex said. That yeah, cartoons you think are crazy and wacky, but when it comes to Bible stories, you gotta have a bit of reverence when drawing these characters, especially when it comes to Jesus.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to portray Jesus as silly. You
Yeah.
want his teachings to speak loudly, but in a cartoon form that maybe kids can enjoy watching.
Yeah. Why do you think, Michael asked you, why do you think animation is important, especially for a kid? Like we want to make sure that we're engaging kids at their developmental age, or like making sure that it's relevant to what they're seeing. But like, how do you think animation plays a piece in capturing their imaginations?
Uh, it's a good question. I think that kids are inundated with YouTube, with TV, and nonsense. And I think that for parents who, I mean, I'm not that I'm saying Looney Tunes is nonsense. I love it, but it's
it's nonsense. You can say
you
that.
have to be
It's even
careful.
loony.
Yeah.
Loony's an old
I
word for
think
nonsense.
I think with these stories, I think we're kind of helping parents. We're helping who want to teach biblical principles to their children, and kids want to watch cartoons. I think I don't know. There's a lot of wonder in there. There's a lot of imagination that can be used. So
Yeah, I think I found, and as we're finding, like animation, even when portraying or like projecting a real truth or a story that really did happen, can still inspire some awe and wonder in a kid as they're seeing it portrayed
hmm
and played out in this way. So, and
exactly.
wonder is a great word to use because Michael, you came on, and we've been working on a show called Wonder for a while, and this was a show that's existed for a long time, and people have loved Ollie the Owl. Uh, and I was at an event yesterday at a family ministry roundtable, and somebody asked me like, "Is it true that you guys killed Ollie?" And I'm like, "One, no,
Oh,
and two, like I don't know, if, yeah." And then
Just
it
put
was
him
like,
to pasture.
right. Well, and then it was like, is he fired? I'm like, no, he's making a great living. He's raising a family. Like we're enjoying working with him. Like he's great. But trying to help people see that like actually we didn't. Not only did we not uh, get rid of Ollie, we've really leaned into some of the character development of Ollie and given him some new friends and updated his style. And so like I would love if maybe like if you're okay talking through it, like could you maybe talk through some of the
sure.
process that we've gone through of like updating this new world, adding new characters, why we chose certain things, like and tell everybody kind of about what we've been working on.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Show us what you got.
Okay. So I hope everybody can see this. Now, going into this, I know that Ollie is beloved by many of the people that use the curriculum.
Yeah.
So we're very sensitive to that. But my process for giving Ollie a facelift, so to speak, is I want to explore different shapes. And this is rough sketches. I'm just exploring, drawing different head shapes, the size proportions, the eyes, until we start whittling it down to designs that we might like and could represent Ollie in a 2D format.
Now
And
pause
then
there.
you spoke-
Pause there for a second, because like I want to
Sure.
make a note. Like we knew that like with some of Ollie's features and he's a wise owl. So you were like, okay, I take that, and you're trying to take the information that you have based on like the context that we're giving you for this character. So I'm even
Right.
looking at like the little glasses and the little like bolo tie, and you're kind of trying to fill out this character, right? Like as
Oh, sure. Oh,
so
yeah.
that the style matches who he is as a person or an owl.
Right. Right. Well, I think the glasses, the collar adds a bit of wisdom to him.
Yeah.
You take it away, it's an owl, and he can still be wise, but this kind of adds to that whole element.
Yeah.
You mentioned friends, so I take the same process. I'm exploring friends, and all of this is taken from the writing team at Amazing Life. I'm
Yeah.
playing off of their vision and making sure that they're happy with these designs. So we explored. We have a raccoon, a fox, we have a sea otter, and a falcon that are going to be added to the Wonder Show. And then from there, we want to see what it looks like colored. And this is pretty much where we landed with the characters. And a couple poses.
I see you got rid of Ollie's glasses. Like I guess the owl
did.
eyes. We were like, he's got good vision, so let's let the glasses. Yeah.
Exactly.
Great.
Yep. And then we want to see what these characters look like in some positions and doing activities. I think this will run. So we have a little loop here of the otter waving and surfing.
Cute.
And even Ollie, we'll take. I want to see what he looks like in different poses. I mean, straight on is fine, but he's going to be in action, doing action. So I will. Let's see. I have a couple little animations here.
Wow.
Simple loops of him running, of flying, pointing.
So
And
cute.
then obviously, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say like it's really interesting that it starts with the writing, and then you're really trying to mold and craft something because it's a beloved person, like, or a character.
Yep.
And so how hard was it to try and stay close to like a version of the character that everybody knows and loves, and then also like, hey, what does it look, you called it giving Ollie a facelift, like bringing the style, because it was a different style even like illustration wise than what it is now. Like what were the differences in those styles?
Well, it was a 3D. Ollie was
Okay.
Ollie with the owl was a 3D design. This is 2D flat.
Yeah.
And if you look at the earlier sketches I did, it was a real departure. But you start to rein in those designs, and I think this is close, even in colorization, to what Ollie looked like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. It turned out great. And then where do we go from there?
From here, we also have to think, okay, it's not just a refresh of the characters and adding characters. It's what does this world look like? We kept the tree house. That's what the writers, we worked on with the writers. But instead of just a house and a tree, can we make it even more spectacular? So I started sketching what would a tree house be if it had a submarine, a pirate ship, an airplane, a hot air balloon in it. If I was a kid, I would explore every nook and cranny of this tree house.
It's so cool.
And then we just continue. I continued with sketching various looks. And then the Wonder World is actually bigger than the treehouse. So I did a sketch of what this world could look like and different areas that the kids and the animals could explore. We have a desert scene, we have a forest, mountains with the snow-capped mountains, and we have more of a water and waterfall area.
Cute.
From there, we color it up, see what it looks like in color.
Wow. Wow.
And then from there, if once these characters enter that world, whatever it is, it's a mountain or the desert, we create backgrounds that represent that. So the characters can live and play in, and teach, obviously.
Wow.
So we have the mountain scenes, we have desert scenes, we have just a wooded scene on a hill. And that's pretty much where we're at with Ollie and his friends.
Okay. Well, pause there for a second because, like,
Sure.
it's great. And so then I think people start asking, like, we usually get questions like, so is all of Wonder going to be animated? And like we've been saying for a bit, actually, no. Like, we've refreshed the set. And with Ollie, there's two different versions. There's actually a puppet version, and we'll show that here in the next couple weeks. But there's this animated version too. So you had to start figuring out, how are we going to get from the live version of the treehouse into these, because each character lives in those different worlds, right? Like, that's like the Kip lives over in the water portion, and Sky lives in like the desert part. So like, if we're going there and they're going to help us tell our Bible story, like, how do we do it? So I think we came up with the Periscope, right? And like, they're gonna and that's where, like, so if there's a Bible story that's being told like on the sea, or like, it's Jesus in a boat, it's like Kip's gonna take us out to the sea. And so that's where I'm gonna play this Kip video again, because you'll have more context now. Like, you took one of our characters, and like, as we open up the Periscope, this is what you see Kip doing.
All right, little mates, it's time to dive into a brand new adventure. I hope you brought snacks.
So then it does that, and we go into a Bible story. So like, and this is one of the things that some of the customers have been talking about, is like, for First Look and 252, which Alec we're going to get to as well. Like, hey, the artwork for the Bible characters, like, are you guys going to change that? Are you not? And so Alec and Michael, like, are we changing the artwork for the Bible characters?
Yes.
No? Okay, no. Nope, you're stuck with these characters, and they're going to dress up like Jesus and all of his friends. No, like, so Alec, walk us through, like, so we started talking through, okay, what would actually, Michael, since I think you have for the Bible story, what is it going to look like for the Bible stories within Wonder? Like, what do you think?
Well, the same thing applied to the Wonder characters. It's a lot of exploration of these Bible characters. Tall ones, skinny ones. How do they relate with each other? How do they look with each other? And I just ran through all these designs, trying to narrow it down, and then more elongated characters, and even the complete opposite, which is this squished down character. And I think the big thing with Wonder is Bible story. Yeah, the Wonder and Ollie the Owl, and the characters are wonderful, but at the core is the Bible story. To me, that's the most important thing.
Yep.
So we want to keep a consistent look across the board. So it's not one week we have this style, or next week we have this style, and it gets confusing. I think having this one style, kids will see something like this and go, oh, that's from Wonder, and I think that's, and hopefully they're learning biblical principles. So
yeah, well,
that's where I'm at. Yep.
I'm really excited. Hopefully our customers are going to be excited too. But what's awesome is you designing these and illustrating these it's going to allow us to have cohesiveness in some of our other curriculum deliverables as well. So when kids watch a story of Jesus in a Wonder episode, that same character will also be portrayed like in an activity page that may mention Jesus. Yep. So it's not two different versions, which isn't bad, but we just, like, hey, if they can make the connection, like the Jesus I watched in this story is now the Jesus we're talking about here in this activity, it's helpful. Like we like
Wonderful.
Even
Yep.
some of the repetitive like visual is going to help. And so, Michael, it's so good. And I want to show everybody the intro here in just a little bit of like all the hard work that we've done for Wonder. But Alec, it's actually a great segue as we're talking about these Bible stories into our 252 like artwork and style, because we've had a lot of feedback about like, hey, like the style feels like dark or strange, or the animation feels choppy, and I don't disagree. I think you even like was one of the first things you said, like, we can do better. So we've been working on like, how do we update this but like what's a style that would be relevant for, hey, one, cohesiveness across all of our deliverables, but two, for this elementary age group. And you came in and you did this pitch and you kind of explained some differences between like different animation and illustration styles. So I'd love for you to maybe to walk us through that a little bit and the decision process that led us to where we landed.
Sure, absolutely. Am I sharing now?
You're sharing.
Everybody see that? Okay, right here, what you're seeing is kind of a style, what's called a style board or a mood board, which is me kind of going for inspiration. And you can see we have some Byzantine art on the left. We have Peanuts, Charlie Brown, and we have some mid-century art in the middle, and then kind of a French comic book look over here on the right. And I was like, is there a way to kind of combine all this? Because I really like the kind of rough, hand-drawn, human look of the old Peanuts drawing and the flat graphic, which is very striking design of like the mid-century artwork. And this is what I came up with. This is a sweet little old woman that Jesus is getting ready to heal. I was looking for something that would be kind of iconic and feel very hand-drawn and tactile. So her line work is similar to like the Peanuts, where it's kind of rough and hand shaded and things like that. Because I want things to feel very kind of organic. And we talked about using these as kind of the activity pages for coloring and stuff like that, where the designs work with and without color, because the color is done in this very flat graphic sort of way. So lifting the color out so that the characters and the designs and the illustrations kind of stand on their own, with or without the color, so that when it comes to turning into activity pages and stuff like that, it's a seamless transition. So that's where we're at.
Wow. So this is going to be, that's like where, like Story Lab specifically, we'll see a lot of like those illustrations like in the Bible story. But like, can you explain just a little bit, like there's different styles of illustration, and like this feels really like it's modern yet feels like sketched, and yet it feels semi mid-century. Like what are the pros and cons of different animation styles when it comes to this stuff?
Yeah. Well, this is very iconic and memorable. Like Charlie Brown is it's a character you recognize from 100 yards away, coming at you, and you can be very playful with your proportions, like everything of these kind of simple, primitive shapes, which just imprint on your memory very well, and they're also very. Soon enough, you'll get to actually see some animation when these characters start moving and being animated, because you can be a lot more stylized and creative with the way that they move and stuff like that, which I love. Yeah. And it also just makes things move a lot more efficiently in terms of, so we're able to do a higher amount of volume than if we were trying to, animate, a realistic Bambi, and with a painterly background or something like that. When we have these like flat graphic colors kind of sliding in and out, it's almost like this. It's almost more like almost like a title sequence or something like that, and then the characters kind of come to life inside these little vignettes and stuff like that. So it's kind of a practical tool, and it's also I think that visually it's just a style I love, because it's so memorable.
That's so awesome. So people are going to be able to see this style, see the things, Michael, that you've been working on in our content coming up here shortly. Like everything is going to start uploading here pretty soon, and I'm really excited for people to see. And I wanted them to meet both of you guys, and the team will keep growing and evolving, but there's so much passion behind all of this. Like, it's not flippantly done. Like, you both have processes where you take time to think through and methodically try to get at a place where it's like, is this the best way to tell this story? And so I just want to say to both of you, on behalf of churches everywhere, thank you so much. Like, you could obviously, because you have done this in a lot of other places, and places where you could go make a lot more money, or you could go reach billions and billions of people, but the story that you're getting to tell here is really important to you guys, and you're bringing excellence to it. So, like, genuinely, like, on behalf of all of our churches, like, thank you for being here. Like, we're excited to get to benefit from your gifts and talents, and let our kids get to see Jesus in new, exciting ways. So, like, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, it's a huge answer to prayer. I mean, I've been praying for this for years, to be in the industry for so long. I mean, I had a little note on my phone for months when I was in LA, going like, escape from LA question mark, that I'd pray about every day. And being able to specifically be doing stuff that I can be proud and excited to show my kids too, and that sparks those conversations on our walks and things like that. It's been a blast. So thanks for bringing me on.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the beginning, Michael, Alec. Like, it's starting here with wonder in these Bible stories, but it's definitely not ending here. And I'm really excited for all of our churches to see what's coming in the months and years to come, because I think with people like you guys working to tell the greatest story ever, we've got some really really awesome things that we can pull off. So I want to show the wonder intro. Michael, can I show the wonder intro for people?
Of course, yeah.
I mean, it's like yeah. It's the first time I think most of our customers are going to get to be able to see this, but you've done such a great job. So here it is. Without further ado, it's the new Wonder intro for our Wonder show. Everyone's cheering, clapping, they're throwing flowers, their firstborn babies.
I've heard that song about 1 million times already, and it keeps getting better.
Oh, it's so good. I love it, you guys. Well, thanks for hopping on, and we will be hearing from you again shortly, I'm sure, because we've got a lot of other things we're working on.
Great. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Well, that was just a sneak peek of some of the things we've got coming. We're working really hard, so I'm excited for you guys to get this and start to get to sneak peek and watch it start to filter in through the shows that we're producing, the activity pages, and the curriculum that you're downloading. And you're going to see, like, there's a lot of really great people working really, really hard to put out really great content so that you and your kids and your parents can experience it. So I'm excited. More to come in that space. Switching gears, though, one thing we didn't talk about with Michael and Alec is VBS. One of the first projects that Michael worked on with us was approaching VBS. Now, I'm excited because, guys, we're uploading our VBS content shortly, next week. And I'm excited for you to see all of this. And one of the exciting pieces that's new to our VBS package is our writers worked really hard and came up with some really awesome concepts and scripts on how to tell the story of Kingdom Quest and the story of these kids that journey through this world looking for the light and finding the pieces so that they can end up going home. And Michael worked really hard as well on piecing together all of these and animating and illustrating. And we had another illustrator, Nate Farrow, who was awesome, who helped us do that as well. And we pieced together these stories, and it's really cool. So you can use these videos as like transition videos, or to open the day, or right before you start your big Bible lesson. Like it's going to be really great. So watch this space, because I think even some of our socials, we're going to be teasing out some of those videos here shortly. So Michael did a great job. I can't wait for you to get to experience those. It's coming. Next thing I wanted to talk to you guys about is Service Builder. Da-da. Now, a lot of you, I've been on some calls over the past couple weeks, and I love being on calls with all the churches. You guys have really great feedback. You're really good at helping us just know, hey, this is what's helpful, this is what's not helpful. And as I've been talking with a lot of you, one thing that's become a reoccurring theme again and again and again is I ask, like, hey, have you gotten a chance to use Service Builder? And a lot of people are like, no, what is that? So I'll share my screen and I'll walk you through it. And everyone, like 9 times out of 10, and I'm leaving one because like there may have just been someone who's like, cool, I've already been using that. But 9 times out of 10, people are like, this is available now. And I'm like, yes, you can go use it now. What's really awesome is that Service Builder helps us customize all of our documents and helps us build our environment. And it's built into an ecosystem. So I can go on and I can click into my series, dependent on which curriculum, whether it's preschool or kids or it's students, and I can build my service out in there. So I can toggle on and off different pieces of my script. I can also put in how many kids are coming, and it lets me know after I'm done like customizing my script, like editing the pieces or the different instructions or the different text that I want. It gives me a shopping list of like, hey, you chose these activities, and this is the amount of things and items you're going to need to buy or purchase or have on hand for this weekend. And simultaneously, as I'm building out my script, it also has all the media there as well. So as I'm opting into or out of or editing or shifting different pieces, it's building a playlist for me in aPlay. So I can have that playlist with all the media ready to go, and then I can publish it either to aPlay for my Apple TVs or aPlay Pro for my machine. So if you haven't tried it yet, you need to go try it. If you haven't, just log into your aPlay, the back end. There's a dashboard there. Like you either click into aPlay or you click into Service Builder. Click into Service Builder. Check it out. It's 9 times out of 10. There's so many people who are so excited. 9 out of 10 kids pastors, 9 out of 10 student pastors recommend using Service Builder. Check it out. Other thing, if you're using Service Builder or using aPlay on the weekend, we've now we've launched a weekend support. So if you're having a problem, this is what you should do: is you just go to thinkorange.com/Sunday support, and we've got someone live that can help make sure like they can run through and test a couple things and troubleshoot and get you back up and running for your ministry and your rooms to be resolved. So if you haven't, remember thinkorange.com/Sunday support. We're so excited to have someone available to you when you need help, because we know things happen on Sundays is we plan and then Sundays. So if you need help, do that. Also, in case you missed it, yesterday, the first episode of our Amazing Kidmin podcast went live officially. And it's really awesome. We got to sit down with one of my favorite people, Jim Weidman, and talk to him about how did we get here. There's very few people left who can tell us, like, how did this Kidmin church and movement get here? We started with like Sunday school, and now we're doing programs and all this stuff. So we talked through that, and then he talks through what he's seen over the years, what he's excited to see in the years to come. If you're a kids pastor or a kids leader or a volunteer or even a pastor and a parent, I think it's really awesome to get to hear from people like Jim and the passion behind why it's important to minister to kids. So go check it out. It's a really good episode. I've listened to it, and I keep getting texts of people being like, I didn't know that. That's really good to know. Jim's so smart. Jim's one of the smartest kids pastors I know. So check that out. And last but not least, we've got a conference coming up, a church conference. And if you haven't signed up for it, you should. If you go to achurchconference.com, churchconference.com, you can register for 2026. The people we're talking about getting involved with this is really cool. Really, really cool. And we've opened it up. We have a track for executive pastors and senior leaders, as well as our next gen. So our student pastors, our kids pastors. So if you're a leader in the church space and you're passionate about seeing things done in the church well, and you want to find community, and you want to find people who are just as passionate as you, go to achurchconference.com, sign up. It's going to be a great time. We'd love to see you there. But that's our live for today. I hope it was helpful. You should send this link out, show friends. I'm very excited for the things that Alec and Michael have been working on. And there's more to come in that space. We're always working really hard. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Reach out to your customer success person. They'd love to put you in touch. I love getting on church calls. So if you have something you think that I need to know or that we need to know or that would help you, ideas that would make your life easier so that you can pastor, please send them our way. We're here to serve you. And with that, that's the end of our live stream today. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend, and we'll see you next week. See you later.